How are you? Isikina seshikiti, asafila isianasa, oge esefeta, osenekeseshikiti, esi afatina, okatina seshikiti. You know what I'm talking about? Now, we have action. We have action. So if you hear people in the background, they're living. These are pedestrians walking about, enjoying their life, like I should be. But apparently, not right now. That's what I believe is interesting. What about you? Ah, I didn't search the web before I I came on. What is this? Oh, you ever just realize that there's different functions to your device? That's interesting. It seems like, depending on where you're at, you're gonna get a different module. You know what I'm talking about? Isikina sashikati. Isifio asamada sashikatina safia ah. Osinefia sashikati. What is it talking about? Osifino, Osisashiketina, Asisi, Efetitia. Now, if you don't speak that dialect, you don't know what I'm talking about. Osakanio. If I would have known that she could speak different languages, Isikinisishikati. Ooh wee. I'm bored, y'all. Okay? I like being bored sometimes, but I got readings to do, and apparently I can't do them right now because the energy not right. I don't want, the people that get these readings to be like, what is going on here? Yeah, because that's what they want. So if you're waiting on the reading, they want y'all to be like, what is going on here? They want you to feel like I lost it, but I always tell them, you ain't got to tell nobody, because you know for sure. Isikina seshiketia si ofe. Ah, tongala isifino. Y'all don't realize that he is with the ish isificatina. Speaking of that, one of the interesting things that happened to me while I was asleep, I'm just minding my sleepy time energy, right? And all of a sudden, I'm watching news in a restaurant, little cafe. So I'm sitting next to a Simone, and we both laughing at what we see on TV. He look at me, I look at him, and we still laughing. Then we look over and we see something that's really funny. And so we're laughing about that. It's like we're speaking a totally different language in our mind, but I wasn't aware that he could see me. I thought I was somebody else, you know what I'm talking about? Apparently, he thought he was somebody else too. Tangala Sikiti Sufi. Yeah. So we're just sitting there eating, which you're not supposed to do. But he was eating, I wasn't. I was observing something, you know. And all of a sudden, we're not together no more. Felt like family to me. The Sufi, he felt like family. You know. Then all I hear is, that was either. I'm popular with the angels. They know all about this stuff, y'all. They know all about it. I am the baby. It is fascinating. You understand that even when you sleep, you're present somewhere else. That is a phenomenal act. Some people have speculated, but they never went as far in their mind as me. When you realize that you have a astral body, and that your astral body is somewhere else when your body is laying down, then you understand why. That is the being inside of you. Someone wants to know whether I think life is worth living for. Peace. If you would know that you have to work for peace, that would be a no-brainer. When I say things like enjoying life, it is because I'd rather be doing something else with somebody else. But it don't work like that. Not right now. Apparently I'm working on peace, prosperity, and wealth. You feel me? And because I'm working on that, I have to be here. I keep telling y'all, I am not reaching for fame. But for some reason, so many people believe that I am. I'm not reaching for fame. I want to enjoy my time. So when I'm on live, I'm still working. Don't start with me. Am I talking about my soulmate? My soulmates are something else. I don't have a soulmate. I have a spiritual spouse. That is my everything. I don't have soulmates. I have oh no's. Y'all know what I'm talking about. As a matter of fact, as of late, every time I think about one of my oh no's, I say, this is why they are in a repetitive cycle. I know it. They don't think I know it, but I know it. As you start aging, you start looking different. You start realizing that you didn't ascend. I am more than tuned in. I am someone that does not tune out because that is not my makeup. I don't see any shares. Grand Rising, Miss Sap. How are you? This is like hard for me to do, y'all. You know, I'm used to working, like doing readings. So when I have to sit like this and it's not enjoyable, where I'm laughing and entertaining individuals, you know, but just me being me, it kind of, you know, made me feel some kind of way. The timeline upload was because that is how I felt, you know. I opened it up and I just, you know, you just get tired of the same drag on, BEAT down. You know, it just, you know, it's like, you know, celebrities, it's always just, you know, wham, 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 wham. And it's like, come on, y'all not creative. Like, y'all, there's so much stuff out here. And all the content continuously outside of the family channels and the pranks and stuff like that, you know, it's just BEAT down. Like, you know, and I speak about it because it does something to my being. I can understand sporadic, but it's like everybody feels like they're gonna get rich off of someone else's downfall. And because they're celebrities, they put a T on them. The information be wrong. It's not even notable. Like, it's not creditable, you know? Like, their sources is, maybe it's just me, you know, is information being gathered from satire. Well, in reference to my comfort zone, I'm somebody that don't get comfortable because I can't. When I talk about someone being in their comfort zone, which is complacency, that's not a good thing. If you ever hear me say in a reading somebody is complacent, that is equated to comfort zone. That's not a good thing. It ages you. Now that I'm aware that there is life after unaliving, it's different. The way I think about life is different. Of course, when you are younger, you want to experience things that the wealthy experience. Driving nice cars, living in nice homes. But I've never been one to say I want to travel the world and all of that. That's not how I am. Because I'm like, you know, I'm all about energy. If something is off, I don't want to be there. Cali is my home. If I got to get on a plane, bus, boat, or train to make it to my home, that's too far away. So I don't, I don't do that. I could, but I don't. That's not the way the man upstairs created me. Comfort zone to me means something finna happen. you know, that's it, because comfort is not something, um, it's not that I don't experience it, it's something that I don't see as a good thing. The reason why I spoke in different languages at the beginning is because that's what I feel is interesting. You know, when so many, you know, um, go after celebrities in a repetitive manner, just one after the other, until it's like thousands of people doing content on the same individual. It's like, eh, you know, that energy will put me back into instruction, back into college. Because I'm like, it's too much. It's too much. We're too advanced to continuously keep seeing the same stuff over and over and over again. And when somebody wants y'all to know that they did content on someone like JT the Bigger Figure, they'll go and put a comment in a Fugazi account so it'll pop up. Nobody wanna see it. My opinion on what y'all did to Fed was you tried to put a T on him after he helped you. That's my opinion. Because his energy is not one of combat. That's what I feel. And so when you see it done over and over and over and over again, you just be like, okay. When you're somebody on the outside observing, especially what y'all call YNs, they don't see him the same way as y'all do. They see him as an active father figure in the community. And so they're wondering what you did to him, not the other way around. It's like, when you go and you want to highlight a celebrity's life, you search for the positive things that they've done, not the negative, if it's any. I'm not talking about no backpack giveaways and all of that. I'm talking about really 10 toes on the pavement in your hood, in your city. If you can't find that, then that means that's something that you need to highlight, not satire, not someone's plot, scheme to take someone under. You know what I'm talking about? If you feel like that's what people want to see, you somewhere where you shouldn't want to be. You shouldn't want to be somewhere where everybody is trying to take somebody under. Because what about you? I'm not gonna talk about the birds, right? Cause see, I thought about the birds chirping, and then there he go. You know what I'm talking about? It's not that I'm irritated with the big G. It's just I don't understand why he do to. He want me to talk about him dropping my plate on the floor, okay, at the family gathering in my dream. It's stuff like that. You know, he just pointed down and the plate fell on the floor. It didn't spill, but this is stuff he do to me. You know what I'm talking about? Like, I'm sitting here, I'm with family, I'm eating, everybody's enjoying themselves. I'm on the opposite side of my plate, and all of a sudden, my plate hit the ground. Like that's what he be doing to me. So I go to get my plate, and I said, okay, it's cool, it didn't spill. And then all of a sudden, I wake up after I see the cake. I didn't even say nothing, y'all. I just looked at the cake, and I was thinking, I want some of that cake. And then all of a sudden, I woke up. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is stuff he be doing. I don't know what they be doing to y'all, but this is what they do to me. And he was looking weird. Like, I knew it was him, but he was looking weird. Like, you know how, like, the Kings had a rose on? Everything was white and misty, smoky kind of. It looked strange and unusual, but I wasn't scared. I knew it was him. You know? Somebody had a vision in a dream of maggots and flies on somebody. It's one of y'all that came in here. That's that energy I was talking about in the YNR, the year in review. Dreaming of green pastures. That's yucky. I don't have dreams like that. The worst thing he do to me is put me in front of food and then I can't eat it. He knows that I like good food, so. Which brings me to that timeline when food was really good. Y'all know what I'm talking about? Some of y'all know. Maybe like, I remember when this restaurant was it. It just, stuff don't taste the same. It's your taste buds. He says that he's healing my taste buds. But why stuff tastes nasty then? These are the things that I ask. Y'all say he's an on-time G.O.D., but I beg to differ. I don't feel like that. I don't know, y'all. That dream. I did. I talk about it in live. I said, apparently, you're not supposed to eat in a dream at all. When I said it on this platform in the video, I was talking about receiving food from other people. Like if somebody gives you some food in a dream, don't eat it. It's Splifka. They're trying to get in. But this was, on the table. It's different. You know what I'm talking about? Some of y'all do, because y'all used to celebrate holidays with the elders, and some of y'all still do, but they food nasty, so y'all don't know. My lineage, it's not like that. The food is delicious. So if you don't eat it, you're gonna feel some kind of way. So what I gather is he wanted me to feel some kind of way. Why I don't understand. I'm supposed to be a loving, caring, kind individual. You know, y'all don't realize, like in my 20s and 30s, I was very dismissive of people. Um, oh, well, that's a nice dream. I was very dismissive. Like, I took a lot of blows. I just let it fly off of me. You know, I felt like it was something wrong with me. Why so many felt like they could downplay me. But I strive, not for perfection. I strive to be better. And because of this, I don't socialize with a lot of dudes. Because when you get older, you start realizing that they mama bought their car, that was their friend car, that they live with their baby mama because they ain't got no job. They ain't never had a job. And the outfit that they wore is because she got a tax return. You know what I'm talking about? It's different. I remember when the cars was like $700. You know. So if you had a car in that timeline, when you don't have to pay bills yourself, it's easy to obtain. You know. Me, I had to pay bills. I didn't have that 8 that with the section on the front. When I stayed in the projects, I stayed there every bit of 6 months. Because I wasn't welcome there. Y'all know what I'm talking about? One of the reasons why is because I wasn't from there. And I wasn't trying to be from there. And I wasn't trying to be with none of them dudes from there. You know what I'm talking about? Because if you're trying to be with a dude from there, it's different. You know? I was all in the town business, man. I was not trying to be in no SF jets. That was just a transporting issue. You know what I'm talking about? I was out there getting drinks bought for me and stuff. I already told y'all. Everything wasn't down, but, you know, the ones that was buying the drinks and stuff and treating me right, they had jobs. At that point, I didn't care what their profession was. I've always been someone that took into consideration families. So I'm not talking about if they had a woman or a wife, because they never divulged that information, not up front, because I would be sideways. You know what I'm talking about? It's always after, after they get the cookies. I told her I was married. I told her I lived with my baby mama. After you got the draws. And that's why you got so much karma on you right now. Something smells iffy. So, I enjoyed some of my 20s and my 30s. I enjoyed going to college, going to these trade schools, learning things. And this is why I'm somebody that, I want people to explore their options. Like, if I were to go back into college, it would be to learn the new programs that they have for media. Because I'm sure I could come up with something interesting. Y'all know what I'm talking about? If I could do it myself, I don't need a whole production team. It's easier. You know what I mean? They'll be hating on that too. Then you'll hear if Ether could do it, I can too. You know what I'm saying? Wait a minute. you know? I want to see some different stuff. Like, when I would watch the pranks and the family channels and all of that stuff, I would laugh. But the big G don't want me watching it. You know? I'd be sitting there finishing my reading, and I say, let me go watch Get Ready With Me or something. It's just entertaining. Nobody want to see who getting the clank clank all the time, who in COURT all the time. And it just get worse and worse. The description, the title of the video is just like, come on, man. And then you see the count, and I'm saying, where you at? You can't even use that word. This is how I know y'all with it. The food. You with the food. Like, people like me know that them views is fake. And it's like, you get an opportunity. This what people do. They mess up opportunities for people that really got creativity. You know what I'm saying? You supposed to be working on somebody's car, and here it is, you talking about Glorilla. I done already blew that up. You know what I'm saying? But mine was different. I don't leave a nasty taste in nobody's mouth. Which brings me to the mother figures. When I said that these individuals needed a mother figure, not a father figure, there was a few placed for y'all to see. And what y'all do, y'all go over there and start Usefil on them. And they handle it eloquently, tastefully, because they know how to be celebrities. But some of y'all gonna run into somebody, your cross baby mama, that's gonna lay you out. Okay? I hope she gets you, too. Cause y'all be playing with the wrong people. The birds chirping, y'all. Watch this. Watch this. Hot. They doing that. Those is babies. Those is chicks. They talking. The big G know what they talking about. Life is beautiful when you have a moment like this. Y'all know what I'm talking about? That sound cannot be duplicated. People should not be duplicated either. If you feel like I talk too slow, then go. Oh, you feel me? Just like that. Now, you know what would be interesting for me to narrate what you did yesterday? You went to your sister's house. When you sat on the couch, you left a smell. It's not fish, it's like ish. You have an ish smell because you like it in the hole. Ooty. You know what I'm talking about? Now that's an interesting topic to talk about because apparently you feel like that's why I'm not getting no views, why you're not getting absolutely nothing. You know what I'm talking about? Now go call the man and see if you could get fronted a bag. You feel me? That's what your life is about. That's what your day gonna be about, because you every bit of 54. Oops. I don't know why they want to play with me. This live is for me. If y'all coming in here, good. I told you I'm not reaching for fame. You can go and start your non-existent hair channel. That's what you could do. Then go on over there to the gram and buy those views like everyone else does over there. I know where they coming from. I was thinking before I turned on this live that I was just gonna sit. I was just gonna sit and see what people say. Just sit in silence. That's what I do. My topics come off the rip. I want to see interesting, tough stuff come on my timeline. They said tough is tough. Boy, that's some tough stuff right there, huh? That's what he said. Look at it. I'm just cool. I'm laid back. If I gotta talk and not breathe, then that means something wrong. I am not a computer. All right, I breathe. What it is they want me to say something interesting, like she said when he farted on her. Yeah. I'm not gonna talk about that. That's her. Sissika Shikati. That is her. Yuck. Yucky, ducky. Ooh-wee. Y'all got some interesting stuff going on over there. You know, somebody said you need to put that on. What's that? That's disgusting. Listen, you one of them? Did I tell y'all about that? I'm in the grocery store, right? This is a down period. Like, what I noticed the other day is after I met one of these oh no's, it changed the quality of the dudes that I met. You know what I'm saying? It was like, what the? You ever sleep with somebody and then after that your options are few, so you just you just like whatever. So I'm in the grocery store and I'm like, this dude finna try to talk to me. Watch. I'm like, he look alright. So we exchanged numbers. He was alright, y'all. Alright. He didn't mind. He was the type. He'd be a father figure. He'd cook. He had a job, a new car. He was alright. You know what I'm saying? Wasn't my preference, but he was alright. So I entertained him for a little while. One day, he said, I want to come spend the night. I said, all right. He cooking all of that, you know what I'm saying? So he spent the night. This was, the break the ice type of stuff. We didn't do nothing. Just break the ice, right? So then he called again. He said, you want to go get something to eat? I said, all right. We take your son to the park, yada, yada, yada. And my son at the time, because he is on the spectrum, he was learning how to talk. And when he would want certain things, he would say one or two words. Because every time I was around him, we went to the park when I had my child. He was the blue slide man. So every time he seen her, he would say, "Blue slide." So we're a little into our situationship. He called me, we go get something to eat. And for some reason, it was Hispanic food, right? So I don't really like, that's not my cuisine of choice. I prefer Italian food, right? And so we go eat. We're laying in the bed, and all of a sudden, I got bubble guts, y'all. Now before, he had said he had said something on the lines of just, if you feel gassy, just fart. You know what I'm saying? But I didn't, I didn't know that was his thing. You know. So you know how they say, you know, it's a statement that some dudes say. They'll suck it. They'll suck. I didn't know that was like really something that they like to do. I'm laying there and I'm like, man, if I fart, this dude. So I'm just sitting there going to use the bathroom. And then he stick his head under the cover, y'all. And I'm like, oh my. And he just knew I had gas. He just knew it because what we ate, you know what I'm saying? I couldn't take it no more. I had to use the bathroom. I got mad. I just jumped up. I said, that's it. I can't take this. You got to go. You got to go. And he like, you see, I'm like, yes, you got to go. You got to go. It all ended over me having gas because it was just something about him. Like, he was fiending for the fart. Weird. This is why I'm an advocate for abstinence. You know what I'm saying? Like, because some people you lay down with, it changed your whole being. I just couldn't take it no more. I was sitting there like, I got to. If I move, I'm gonna pass. The feeling, y'all just don't get it. I mean, I need somebody to talk to about it because I wanted individuals to realize how weird he was. Like, at this time, I didn't know I didn't know I was a cherub. So I'm on the book in one of these grooves, and I'm not there no more, so don't go look. And I just say, F it. I'm finna put it in the air where it's fair. Because I want to see what people gonna say. And one girl said, girl, you crazy. That feel good. And I'm like, what? You just going around pooting in dude's mouth? Yuck. She wanted him. She one of them, y'all. That that is a PSA for no kissing. Do not kiss her. Do not kiss him, because they like to suck farts out. I think I asked the Big G, is it like some kind of HIGH they get from it? And he said yes. But I was really mean, really meaning like, how you tote? Like, maybe he liked that. I'm asking the question, he know what I mean, but he like, yes. But apparently it's a different type. You know what I'm talking about? Y'all gotta stop. All right? Y'all gotta stop with this weird stuff. This is why I'm good. I have a spiritual spouse. I know what he like, he know what I like. He ain't finna do none of that weird stuff. You know what I'm talking about? Just make you feel uncomfortable. Some people don't mind passing gas in front of people. They be in there doing like weird stuff. You know the F word? Y'all know what I'm talking about? Eek, but a freak in front of it. You know what I'm talking about? I'm not that kind of, I'm not like that. Matter of fact, I know I'm not at all now. No, I am not. One woman said, if I ever meet a dude that say, because she already knows, she's like, because apparently when either talk about stuff, there's a group that actually experiences it. Oh, what's that? You see what I mean? What's going on? That's hysterical laughing. That's the meaning of LMFAO. As I just live, y'all get to live with me. There is a genre for that. Could you imagine just going into the shop and saying, where's the poot section? That is disgusting. My stomach was so gassy, y'all. It was like the more I sat there, the worse it got. That was God telling me to get him out of there. There's so many words. When he left, I ran straight to the bathroom. Go do it again. Ever. That's my experience with soulmates, so. Now y'all see why. I'm not an advocate for soulmates. You got the wrong reader. So if somebody say, you're about to meet your soulmate, I'm gonna say, no, I'm not. No, I'm not. For me, it's different. For different types of people, it's different. Because I'm a cherub, my soulmates have issues. You know what I'm talking about? It's lessons that you're supposed to learn from a soulmate. Mine was that I don't need one because they always weird. I don't need to know no more weird stuff. I'm sure that it is a lot. The U world knows that it is a lot. They were laughing, but they're not laughing anymore because they know every one of my soulmates. Every last one of them. That is it.